When everyone's attention was on Tesla and BYD a few years ago, Toyota engineers were working quietly behind the scenes. Today, the same work is going to shake the entire EV industry. Actually, we are talking about Toyota's motor technology, BluENexus e-axle. Hearing the name, you might think that it would be just another motor. But in reality, this technology can change the game of the EV market. Imagine when other companies were focusing only on battery and range. Toyota was engaged in a secret project in which power, efficiency, and reliable performance, all three were packed together. This is the reason why BluENexus e-axle is being called the secret weapon of EV motors. The question is, what special technology has Toyota put in this motor due to which there is a stir in the EV market even today, and will this technology be able to compete with big companies like Tesla and BYD? In this video, we will reveal the real secret. But believe me, what you are about to know will keep you hooked till the end. So before you proceed further, subscribe to the channel so that you can be the first to see such videos. While everyone's eyes were on brands like Tesla and BYD, Toyota slowly took a step back and thought about its move. But before we get to the real power of that new BluENexus e-axle motor, it is important to know the first thing: what is Toyota's real market position, and how did they have to move from gasoline to EV? In 2024, Toyota sold roughly 1.08 crore vehicles worldwide. The entire EV segment accounted for only about 0.5% of this, which is about 1.4 lakh electric vehicles. This number may sound a little disappointing, but understand that this is just the beginning when the rest of the world was already running towards EVs. On the other hand, Toyota's hybrid models performed strongly. Their sales grew by 21% globally. In a major market like the US, the share of electrified vehicles, hybrid, plug-in hybrid, and BEV reached 44%, reflecting Toyota's strategically intelligent approach. Rather than jumping to all EVs by abandoning gasoline engines right away, they thought hybrids were most effective as a bridge. That's why cars like the Prius have been the company's leader for so long, and they set big goals: 30 models and 3.5 million EVs sold annually by 2030. But now, the target has been pushed back a bit to about 800 EVs in 2026. That does not mean Toyota is backing down. They are taking slow but sure steps in this direction. In fact, Toyota now plans to increase the number of EV models to 15 and build 1 million EVs annually by 2027. This means that Toyota's move is now becoming clear from hybrid to electric, with full preparation, but with intelligence. What is BluENexus e-axle? Let's now talk about the technology that has made Toyota a topic of discussion again in the EV race: BluENexus e-axle. The name suggests that it would be a simple motor, but in reality, it is not just a motor, but a complete drive system. In simple terms, the e-axle is an all-in-one power unit that packs everything that is needed to run an electric vehicle. While other companies design and fit the motor, inverter, and gearbox separately, Toyota has put all three of these in a single compact package in this e-axle. This reduces the weight of the vehicle, saves space, and gives more performance. Now let's take a look at its parts. The first is the motor. This is the same part that rotates the wheels, using the electricity obtained from the battery. But this motor is not ordinary. It is specially designed to give high-efficiency performance so that more power is obtained with less electricity. The second part is the inverter. You can think of it as a brain because the current that comes from the battery is direct current, or DC. But the motor needs alternating current, or AC, to run. The job of the inverter is to change that current and supply it to the motor in the right manner. This inverter controls the power and decides how fast the vehicle will run and how smooth it will be. The third part is the gearbox. This is the system that transmits the power coming out of the motor to the wheels in the right proportion. If there is no gearbox, then no matter how much power the motor gives, its proper benefit will not reach the wheels. The most special thing about the BluENexus e-axle is its compact and lightweight design. Earlier, these three things had to be fitted separately and took up more space. Now the e-axle has combined them all together and made them so small that it can be easily fitted in any EV. Its advantage is seen not only in the design, but also in the performance of the car and the efficiency of the battery. When the car is light, the load on the battery will be less, and this directly means more range. Toyota and BluENexus have made it in different power levels, meaning different versions for every segment, from small cars to SUVs. This is why it is called a versatile technology. If we understand it in simple language, then this technology is based on three big things: compact design, high efficiency, and an advanced cooling system. These three together make it different from other motors and help in giving more power to the vehicles in less space. First of all, let's talk about the compact design. Till now, most EV companies used to fit the motor, inverter, and gearbox separately. This not only took up more space, but also increased the weight of the car. But Toyota and BluENexus changed the game. They put all three parts together in a single package and made it so small that it can easily fit in any vehicle. This simply means that engineers do not need much space, and designers get more space for batteries and other things inside the vehicle. This is why Toyota's new EVs nowadays look lighter, more spacious, and more flexible in design. Now, let's come to high efficiency. The biggest problem with electric vehicles has always been how to use the power coming out of the battery in a smart way. If the power is used more, the range will decrease and the car will have to be charged again and again. But the magic of e-axle is that it uses electricity very intelligently from the combination of motor and inverter. The inverter does not just change the current, but controls that power in such a way that the motor can give more output even with less power. The result is the battery of the vehicle lasts longer, and the driving range automatically increases. This is why Toyota claims that vehicles with e-axle can travel farther than electric vehicles of other companies with the same battery capacity. Another important aspect is the advanced cooling system. Any electric motor generates heat when it runs, and if this heat is not managed properly, it can reduce the motor's performance and even damage it. The BluENexus e-axle uses a special cooling mechanism that efficiently draws heat away from the motor, inverter, and gearbox. This allows the system to maintain peak performance for longer periods without overheating. Better cooling means the motor can work harder and more efficiently, which again contributes to a longer vehicle range and a more consistent driving experience. This sophisticated thermal management is a key part of why this system is so reliable and powerful. Now, the most important question is, how this technology will help Toyota compete with giants like Tesla and BYD. Tesla has its own advanced motor technology and a supercharger network, while BYD is famous for its blade battery and vertical integration. Toyota's strength with the BluENexus e-axle lies in its simplicity, compactness, and efficiency. By creating a single, highly efficient unit that combines the core components of an electric vehicle's drivetrain, Toyota can potentially produce electric vehicles that are more affordable, have more interior space, and offer a competitive or even superior range. This approach leverages Toyota's decades of experience in manufacturing and reliability, building on the trust they have established with millions of customers worldwide. Furthermore, Toyota's strategy is not to immediately replace all its vehicles with electric vehicles, but to use hybrids as a stepping stone. This gradual transition allows them to refine their electric vehicle technology, like the e-axle, while still dominating the hybrid market. As more consumers make the switch to fully electric vehicles, Toyota will be ready with a proven, reliable, and efficient technology. The BluENexus e-axle is the result of Toyota's quiet, long-term engineering philosophy. While other companies were making headlines, Toyota was focused on perfecting a system that addresses the fundamental challenges of electric vehicles: weight, space, and efficiency. In conclusion, the BluENexus e-axle is much more than just a motor. It is a complete rethinking of the electric drivetrain. Its compact design frees up space for passengers and cargo. Its high efficiency extends the driving range, and its advanced cooling ensures reliable performance. By integrating the motor, inverter, and gearbox into a single, compact unit, Toyota has created a versatile and powerful system that can be adapted for a wide range of vehicles, from small city cars to large SUVs. This technology represents Toyota's careful and calculated entry into the full electric vehicle market, combining their legendary focus on quality and reliability with innovative engineering. It is a clear demonstration that Toyota is not out of the electric vehicle race. but is instead preparing to compete on its own terms with a smart and potentially game-changing technology. BluENexus e-axle is a pack in which the motor gives power, the inverter controls like the brain, and the gearbox transmits that power to the wheels properly. This is the reason why it is called a complete drive system and not just a motor. And this is the smart move of Toyota, which has the potential to make it a big player in the electric vehicle industry. The secret of the technology. Let us now understand in depth the secret of this special technology of Toyota. How does BluENexus e-axle work, and why is it being called the secret weapon of the electric vehicle world? Earlier, these three things had to be fitted separately and took up more space. Now the e-axle has combined them all together and made them so small that it can be easily fitted in any electric vehicle. Its advantage is seen not only in the design, but also in the performance of the car and the efficiency of the battery. When the car is light, the load on the battery will be less, and this directly means more range. Toyota and BluENexus have made it in different power levels, meaning different versions for every segment, from small cars to SUVs. This is why it is called a versatile technology.